Hi there, this is Dr. Embody for the online CSE 231. We're about to start this third week here, and hopefully you're starting to get into a little bit of the rhythm of how this goes. We have our stuff on the web page, and we have our due dates, and every week you got to do a little bit of reading, and you got a lab, and you got some my programming lab to do, and of course you have the project. One caution I have for you with projects is that we start slow with them and gradually increase speed. The first ones, yeah, you can do it on a Monday. The later ones, no, you're going to take a couple of days to do those. If you try starting them on a Monday, you're going to be in big trouble and very unhappy. This is a course about problem solving. And one thing we know about problem solving is that you need to set it down and walk away from it sometimes. You can't do that if you're trying to cram it all on Monday. Get those projects done early. It's really critical. And we try to get the projects out 10 days before they're due. So the project 2, for example, has been out since Friday or Saturday or something. So be very careful about that. Another thing that students will sometimes ask me is, all right, what can I do to do better in this course? And the reality is that you need to think sort of experimentally. You need to play with the different concepts that show up in this course. Now, we force you to do that. We have the labs, which is a guided exercise. We've got the My Programming Labs, more guided exercise. The reality is to do well in this course, you actually have to get in there and play with things a little bit more. And I just want to take a moment here and show you what I mean by that. So we've got control this week, and there's there are for loops and while loops in there. And so what do I mean by playing with it? So I'm going to go into the shell here, and let's take a for loop for I in range of 5, and let's just print I. Okay, it prints those values. Isn't that nice? If I wanted to, I could even print. There's options here for print. Let's put a space between each one. And what does that do? Oh, that prints them all in the same line. Isn't that nice? There are additional parameters I can have. So let's go, say, from 1 to 8. All right, and what will that do? And notice that when I did for I in range 0 to 5, for 5 it does 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 things there starting at 0. Weird thing about programming is we start things at 0. There's a reason for that, not apparent to you right now. So here I said we're going to go from 1 to 8, and we see it starts at 1, goes up 2, but not including the 8. By the way, I'm using a Control P. Up arrow does the same thing. There are other things we can do. We can say go every other 1. Okay, and so now I do the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7. Hey, I just did the odd numbers. Oh, how could I maybe do even numbers with that? Well, let's see. What if I, instead of starting at 1, I started at 0? All right, what does that do? And oops, here we go. Go down. All right, there's 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Hey, how about that? Now, there are other things that I can do, like, for example, what if I have a -1? That supposedly goes backwards, and nothing got printed. Why? Because I started at 0, and it says start at 0 and go to 8 by -1s. Whoa, no, that's the wrong direction. That didn't work at all. So maybe I have to switch my 8 and my 0, and yes, there we go. We can go backwards. And so I can play with this. I can get a sense of how I can do different values and what might happen with them. And this is what I mean by experimenting with it. There's even a neat one called no, I think I'll save that for another time. So there's a few things for you to think about. You got to be disciplined with this course. You got to stay up. If you find that right now you're starting to fall behind a little bit, boom, get on top of it. Let's get in contact with your TA, work with me. Let's get you back on track. Good luck.